Hi, this is John Starks, and you're watching FanaticView.com.
Fanatics View, this is Raymond here. I'm here with a legend, Knicks legend, John Starks. Guys, not much of an introduction needed. This guy is a legend, and I'm just so happy to be in his presence right now. John, you're here to support your friend Joe Carter. Let's talk about your relationship with Joe, and you're in Toronto right now before we start getting into the nitty-gritty, John.
Well, you know, obviously I've been a big admirer of Joe over the course of his career and what he has accomplished, and he's just an amazing individual, you know, for what he does, you know, in the Toronto community, obviously with the Children's AIDS Foundation, which benefits this tournament, is just amazing. And, you know, it's always nice to see, you know, athletes of other sports and to be able to come together and help each other out and for whatever their cause is. And so I'm just happy to be here, be a part of this incredible tournament and just enjoying the festivities.
Amazing. And John, it's so great to have you in Toronto. I know that feud with, you know, the rivalry between the Knicks and Toronto, of course, it's real, it's deep. And for us, for guys that are watching basketball and such, I mean, John, you've been a big trash talker as a Knicks fan and everything. You look at the way New York is heading right now, right? The way basketball is heading right now. How do you feel about the state of the New York Knicks today?
Well, I work with the Knicks.
That's right.
So, it just takes time, unfortunately. It's taken us a little longer than most teams. And, you know, I think we got, you know, I think the 8th pick in the draft. So,
that's
probably
correct.
Looking to get a good draft pick from there. But it's just about guys going out there and just playing and putting things together out there on the floor. So hopefully it works out this year.
My question, John, I mean, your favorite teammate playing with, I mean, you got to play in that era where, you know, that tough basketball era, I mean, it's kind of different now. You know, I mean, it's not the way that it used to be. You know, I mean, we're seeing calls, the soft calls and all that. It's not the way that it used to be. But going back to your game, your days playing, what teammates that you really like playing with, guys that you really like can say that, you know what, this is a guy I would go to the war with, you know.
Yeah, well, all my guys that I play with, I could say that about them. You know, obviously Charles Oakley, Patrick Ewing, Anthony Mason. You know,
okay.
I can go on and on. You know, there's so many guys that I play with that I could say that I would love to go to war with them. But, you know, like you say, the game has changed. The game is a little bit more wide open now. Less defense than it was back in the day. And it's played from the outside in. You know, back during my time, we had so many great Hall of Fame big men that most teams had during that time. So it's a little different game. I think what you're seeing now is more the artistry of the game.
Yes.
From an offensive standpoint, little D, but definitely a lot of O.
So, I mean, John, I mean, tell us a little bit about your favorite players right now in the game. If you're watching right now, your top 5 guys right now that you enjoy watching.
I can't give you 5, but I'll give you one, Russell Westbrook.
Okay, Russell. So Russell's your guy.
Yeah, I like just the way he comes out and he just gives it 110%. You can never say as a fan that you got cheated when you go see Oklahoma City play, and because he gives it to you, you know, night in and night out, and that's the way the game's supposed to be played. And he just reminds me of the energy that I brought to the game, and that's what I like about him. You know what I mean? He don't look at guys that he's friends with out on the court. He's trying to take your head off, and so, you know, you appreciate being a former player that this guy averaged a triple-double for a whole NBA season. That's amazing in today's game.
Unreal. I mean, the crazy thing is, I like what you mentioned. You used to be such a passionate player. I see it in your eyes. You're burning. You're talking trash to everybody. You didn't care who you were playing against. Yeah. I mean, that competitive fire in nature, I feel, is missing in the game. You know, how do you feel about your guy Melo? I don't want to bring it up. Is Melo staying?
I can't talk because I work with the Knicks, okay, so I can't talk about it.
Okay, all right. So Carmelo. No. Okay. All right. Okay. So if we're going back to guys you probably did not like playing with, I know you and Reggie had your thing, but
guys, I didn't like playing
that
against.
just didn't like playing against.
Oh, okay. No, you know, me and Reggie had our battles. You know what I mean? But it was made for TV. When Indiana and New York got together, and because both teams was put together similar style of basketball, where they had big guys, we had big guys, they have good guards, we had good guards, you know, and we just played hard, aggressive defense. So those type of games makes for good, you know, TV, and we battled. So
That's
I got
right.
a lot of respect for those guys that we played against in Indiana.
John, would you ever join a super team? Would you ever join, I mean, this super team talk? For a ring, John. For a ring.
I don't know what makes up a super team. I really don't. You know what I mean? So you got, you know, all-star players obviously on those teams, but you know, what's a super team? I don't get it. You know.
A bunch of teams, a bunch of guys with a bunch of Hall of Famers on the team. I mean, you got to play with a lot of Hall of Famers. Yeah. So, I mean, today, you know.
Yeah, it's just strange. It's more about the competition by me. You know what I mean? I probably could have had chances to leave and go join, you know, other contenders. But, you know, when you're building something, you know, it's much more rewarding to win it, you know, on a team that you build it. You know what I mean? And so it's different. The game is different. It's just, you know, it's a young generation. Yeah. It's just I just put it like that, just a younger generation mentality.
Amazing. Yeah. John, honestly, it was a pleasure. And it's so amazing to know that you're a Russell Westbrook fan, because so am I. So, I mean, I wish the Knicks well this season, next season coming up, and all the best to you working with New York as well. Yeah. And you guys got a special player in Porzingis. And, again, you guys continue to build. I'm sure you guys are going to have a successful season, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
So much,
you are my pleasure.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right.
Ha ha ha.